What is up, everyone? I want to show you guys how I get my high short interest trades and watch list into TOS, and how I find these high short interest stocks like Match, Shake Shack, Cheesecake Factory, all that kind of stuff that have really high short interest. And I'm going to tell you why I look for that. Anyway, first go to finviz.com. That's finviz.com. It's the best free site that I've found. You hit screener right here, and then I look for anything over $20. So that is the underlying over $20, and then it'll go. And then short float right here. I look for over 20% short float. In other words, the amount of shares out there, the entire float, 20% of those shares are held short. And the reason for that is because when a bunch of people are short the stock and they're wrong, they have to buy the stock to cover their position, which increases the price. And then when people see the price of this stock increasing, it creates a frenzy, and then new money starts pouring in and buying the stock, which creates your infamous short squeeze. So that is how I find these right here. I just put those in, up comes the screener, and then here we have 87 tickers that have over 20% short interest and are trading over $20 themselves. So now, how do we get this into TOS? It's easy. Let me show you. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click and drag and copy all of the tickers, all right? And then right-click, hit copy, all right? And then what we're going to do, you need to open Excel, okay? And then right-click, and then you got these paste options here. You need this one. You go like that and highlight it. If you highlight this one, it does a whole bunch of weird stuff. And then you highlight this one. Okay, that's the way I want. Click that. It imports it. Click down here. Drag it off the screen. Go to the next sheet. Same thing. Like that. Right-click. Copy. Got to deal with the pop-ups, but this is free. I think I mentioned that. Right-click, paste, and keep going. All right. And then when I get done, you right-click and then delete all of these rows that you do not need. Okay. Just right-click and delete. Right-click, delete. Right-click, delete, and get all of these rows and columns out of here. Columns, actually, not rows. Just get all these columns out of here. All right. So that you only have the list of tickers themselves. Now, to import this into a watch list in TOS, you can't import an Excel workbook file. It doesn't recognize that. You have to import it as comma delimited. Okay? Now, let me show you how you do that. Just go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it in my D hard drive. I've got 2 hard drives in my computer. But let's just save this as short interest. All right, and now right here, save as type, not an Excel workbook. You're going to drop this down. You get a bunch of different selections here. You want CSV, comma, delimited. All right, that is the format that you want to save this in. So you click CSV, comma, delimited, and then hit save. Okay, and yes, it doesn't matter some of the features of the book. It doesn't matter. So you just click yes after that, and now you've saved this as a comma delimited file. Now, we will X out of FinViz, and then allow me to bring my home screen over to you. Actually, we're going to do this. We're going to detach my watch list. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Okay, detach the watch list, and I'll bring it over here. All right, now you just click on here, and then you should be able to create watch list right here. We're going to create a new watch list. All right. Now, you want to import, select a file, and I'll bring this over here also, and then I saved it in D, and then we're going to go down and find short interest right here. That would be the file that we saved, short interest. I already have the full file here, but the short interest file right here, we're going to click open. There it is, right there. We're going to click OK. There's your watch list. So that is how you import a watch list into TOS by getting it from a different source, like the internet or whatever. You have to save it as comma delimited in Excel. So there's your watch list. All right, I'm not going to save this because I already have the full watch list saved right here. And then after that, you know what? I'm just going to leave this. I don't know, right here. So that's what we'll do. We'll leave this right here. Actually, we're going to lose it. So that list I have over here on the next screen. So I'm just going to show you guys how that all works. So then I go through the watch list itself. Actually, let me show you text watch list. I have a special column, a special coded column in my watch list that tells me which stocks are in a squeeze, which is a volatility squeeze, and they are sorted that way. So all of my short interest stocks that I made this list yesterday, I then have this list in my watch list, and then I have a special script in my watch list that lets me see which ones are in a volatility squeeze. And again, I have it sorted by that. So it'll tell me how many dots or how many days these have been in a squeeze. So that's cool. And then these ones have fired, and these ones do not have a squeeze on them. So I want to know which ones have a squeeze, and they're high short interest. So that is the fuel to the fire. When you have a volatility squeeze and a high short interest, and a volatility squeeze fires long, and you get that vertical price movement, that is what can really create that infamous short squeeze that everybody knows about. So this is the watch list that I'll be clicking on off screen, so you guys can see it. So then I go through the list. Okay, now, is this a chart anybody would want to trade? No, this is trash. So you just keep going through the list. All right, this isn't awful. We are in, for the actual moving averages, we are in the moving averages. This is an uptrending chart here, and we are in a daily squeeze itself. Let's see. There's good volume in the options. So this actually would be a candidate that I would write down. Oh, Tempur Sealy. Check that. Tempur-Pedic and Sealy mattresses. Anyway, so that's what that is. Then we'll go to TR. This chart is trash. All right. It is a fully downtrending chart. Now, this one, trash. It's a downtrending chart. You just zip through them. You zip through them. This is in a bit of an uptrend, but I just don't like it. The moving averages are all compressed. Let's see. Papa John's Pizza, downtrend, trash, skip it. Cars.com. We did come up. We have been selling off here. We've been in a squeeze for a month now, and we are downtrending on the price itself. Don't like it. Pass. So that is how I go through all of these. Now, I have a list of the ones that I made last night that I like them. So I'm not going to go through all these and bear you guys 87 tickers. So, Cake. This is one that I just got in today. We had a nice uptrending chart. Earnings kind of killed it because they missed earnings, but since earnings, we have had a nice uptrending chart. And we have actually consolidated sideways, which has gotten us into a daily volatility squeeze. We had this pullback that held symmetry support perfect right here, and we've started to trade up. The only resistance I see here is the 61.8% retracement from this swing to here. So we did trade through that today, as you can see with the wick that went through, but we closed at it. So tomorrow it's going to be very interesting to see if we can keep this momentum going, and if we can get this squeeze to slingshot and then fire long, and then that will create our infamous short squeeze. So I am in Cheesecake Factory right now. And then Pet Q. There it is. Pet Q. And this is a beautiful chart, okay? We had earnings, which obviously it doesn't tell you what the estimate was, so I can't tell you if it beat it or not. But obviously the street liked it. So we traded up on earnings, and we have not really looked back since. And then let's just do this real quick. We'll test this for a pullback. Look at that. We held the pullback right here. A little wick went through it, but then we came up and had a very, very good day trading today. So we did have that pullback, which is great. We will come to this one and see if that's going to do us. Yeah, it's a little bit higher, but you guys can see the picture. I do have the 618 retracement from this swing high to this swing low right here, just to see if we can get through that. So that is another one that's on my list. Now, Shake Shack. It's here somewhere. Anyway, I'll just type it in. It's easier. So, Shake Shack. Here we go. Daily squeeze. We have the consolidation of price right here. Shake Shack itself is 22.3% short. Cake is 20.46, and then PetQ is 25.81% short float. So this one being 22.3% short float. We have the volatility squeeze, that's compressed price right here. And then now we have the clean break of the moving averages, clean break of this swing high also, and a close above that swing high. So I really like this one. And like I said, currently I am in Shake Shack. Oh, I'm not. I got into Cake and Match. Anyway, I did not get into Shake today, but today would have been a great day to get into it because it looks like with this squeeze, if we fire long, we could get that infamous short squeeze. Like back here, we had the squeeze right here on this day, start, and then bam, we fire long here, and then that squeeze really took that price movement all the way from about 60 and a half up to about 65 and a half. So a $5 move in about 5 days. Not bad. That is what the last squeeze here did. This one's a little longer, which, whatever, doesn't matter to me. So this other squeeze back here, same thing. We had a nice run up. So that is what I'm looking for in here. We had great price movement today. That might be something I might look at tomorrow. Now, HIIQ. Again, these are from my list. We had a squeeze fire long today. We had some price consolidation today, but the squeeze has fired long. We do have upward momentum, and this one itself is 23.62% short. So, that being said, this one also created a new lifetime high today. So, this is a really, really good candidate right here. There's good volume in, or open interest, I'm sorry, in the October series of calls right now at the 60 strike or 41 delta. 2,000 open interest on that, so that's not bad at all. So that's another one right there. That's a great chart. So here, ERI, same thing, same song, different dance. We have a nice price consolidation at the 8 EMA right here, and now with this squeeze, look at this. We had a squeeze right here. Again, price consolidation, trading sideways, up and down trading sideways until we got the big price fire right here. Short squeeze takes over, and we take it from 43.5 all the way up to 50. So that's a $7 price movement in this underlying right here in about a week and a half. So that is how the squeeze plus the short interest really helps these stocks. And we've gotten another squeeze started right here. So looking for this consolidation, trade sideways, and I'm looking for the squeeze to pop up, seeing as we're holding the moving averages very, very well. Again, back here, we held the moving averages very, very well. Here, holding the moving averages very, very well. Squeeze again. I mean, same song, just a different dance here. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So this is something that I will be looking to get into. I mean, you can't touch all the water, all right? But there's not bad open interest in the options. Here's a lot more open interest in the 30 delta or the 50 strike. But anyway, so I'll cover a couple more here with you. Match. This is one that I am in because I've had very, very good success with Match in the past. I traded this daily squeeze right here, got in with this hold of the 8 EMA last time, and then rode this squeeze all the way up to here. I did get out here because I didn't use a trailing stop. I was at work, so I saw the 618 or the 1618 extension, and I got out at that, but it didn't stop until the 2618 extension. So lesson there, using a trailing stop on your options itself. When you can't watch them like that, help you kind of squeeze every little bit out that you can. So in here, we came down, we held symmetry support, we had a symmetrical pullback here, and the 618's down here. It didn't exactly get to it, but we started trading up. We have the resistance right here of the 618. It hit that and did trade off a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. The short interest in this stock really has gotten it going before. And the reason I entered this was because we had a 30-minute squeeze on this underlying itself right here that fired long today. So we did run out of momentum on that, but hopefully we can get something going and keep going tomorrow. So I am trading that one, but I'm going to keep it on a tight leash. And then TDOC, here's another one. A lot of people in the room, the trading room I'm a member of, were into this one because of this squeeze. Holding moving averages very well, hold of this symmetrical pullback, and then it started to go. So again, this one is 23% short interest. So that high short interest. And then like we just covered Match. Match right here, 50% short interest, guys. 50% of the shares on this underlying are held short. Imagine if we were to come up here and clear this old high. The first target's the 1272. That's where I'll actually start putting in my stop limit orders. And then I would like to see this thing squeeze all the way up to the 2618 like it did here. So somewhere between the 1618 and 2618 is where I'm looking for a target on this. So I'm looking for a pretty good trade on this one. So that is how I find the short interest stocks, and that is what I look for when it comes to a daily squeeze. Match is a different scenario. I've traded match very successfully in the past, so I'm just going off of the symmetry and then the 30-minute squeeze fired long. So that all being said, that is how I find these short interest stocks, and that is how you really get the price movement on these things, especially in options when you get this very large price explosion. Your implied volatility, or your IV, starts going up exponentially, which actually inflates the premium portion of the option price itself. So you're taking advantage of the price increase of the underlying stock, plus the IV increase, which is blowing up the premium portion of it. So you get a double whammy when it comes to that. So that is how I find all these. Hopefully this helps people. If anybody has any questions, hit me up. Catch you on the flip side.